Have you heard about the cowboy legend Roy Rogers? In the 1940s, his name was well known, especially among young girls who saw him as a heroic figure, celebrated for his musical talent and acting skills. Alongside his fame, he was admired as a devoted family man, raising 12 children. Despite the challenges he faced, many personal stories from his life during his remarkable career remained hidden from the public. Now, 25 years after his passing, his daughter has shared some surprising revelations about his life. These insights shed light on the struggles and triumphs he experienced, offering a deeper understanding of the man behind the legend. This exploration of his life reveals emotional tales that many have never heard before, making it a compelling narrative that captures the essence of his legacy. Born Leonard Franklin Sly in Cincinnati, Ohio, on November 5, 1911, Roy Rogers grew up in a modest environment that shaped his future. His early life was marked by a love for music, which led him to pursue a career in this field. In 1930, he moved to California, where he sought opportunities in the entertainment industry. Initially, he found work as a singer, showcasing his talent in various venues. His musical abilities caught the attention of producers, and he soon transitioned into acting. This shift marked the beginning of his journey to becoming one of the most beloved figures in American cinema. As he honed his skills, he adopted the stage name Roy Rogers, which would become synonymous with the image of the cowboy hero. His charm and talent resonated with audiences, paving the way for a successful career in film and television. Over time, he became known as the King of the Cowboys, a title that reflected his iconic status in Western films. His legacy continues to influence the genre and entertain fans around the world. Joining various bands, Roy Rogers co-founded the Sons of the Pioneers with Bob Nolan. This group became famous for its harmonious blend of traditional cowboy songs and innovative musical styles. The Sons of the Pioneers played a significant role in shaping the sound of Western music, influencing many artists who followed. Their songs often told stories of the American West, capturing the spirit of adventure and the beauty of the landscape. In 1938, Rogers took on the name that would become legendary in Hollywood. This marked the beginning of his iconic journey in Western films. After signing a contract with Republic Pictures, he quickly became a leading figure in the genre. His films showcased not only his acting skills but also his musical talent, as he often performed songs that resonated with audiences. Rogers became known as the King of the Cowboys, embodying the ideals of heroism and integrity. His legacy continues to influence the portrayal of cowboys in film and music today. Eager to pursue his dreams, Roy Rogers began his journey into country western music and Hollywood stardom with a simple trade, exchanging a bushel for a guitar. This passion for music led him to co-found the Sons of the Pioneers, a group that became well known for their signature song Tumbling Tumbleweeds. Their popularity earned them cameo appearances in several films, but a significant turning point in Rogers' career came when he learned that Republic Pictures was looking for a new singing cowboy. The studio star was caught in a contract dispute, creating an opening for someone new. Determined to seize this chance, Rogers attempted to audition, but was initially turned away by the studio guard. Undeterred, he devised a clever plan, sneaking in with a group of Western extras. To his surprise, he felt a hand on his shoulder, not from the guard but from a producer who recognized him from the Sons of the Pioneers. The producer instructed him to grab his guitar, and in that moment, Rogers found himself winning the audition that would change the course of his career forever. In the pursuit of stardom, Rogers realized he needed a more heroic and memorable name. Previously known as Len Sly, he worked with the Sons of the Pioneers and used the moniker Dick Weston for bit movie parts. To create a lasting impression, he adopted the iconic name Roy Rogers. This choice was deliberate, as the last name paid homage to humorist Will Rogers, one of Roy's personal heroes. The first name Roy was selected for its American variation of the French word for king, symbolizing a regal and commanding presence befitting the emerging cowboy star. This transformation marked a significant turning point in his career, allowing him to connect with audiences as a symbol of the American West. With his new name, he became a beloved figure in film and music, embodying the spirit of adventure and heroism that resonated with many. His legacy continues to influence the portrayal of cowboys in popular culture, making him an enduring icon of American entertainment. In 1938, Roy Rogers' rise to stardom took a significant leap when he replaced Gene Autry in the film Under Western Stars. This film marked a turning point for Rogers, as he won over both critics and audiences with his charismatic performance. His ability to connect with viewers and portray the quintessential cowboy made him a favorite. Little did he know that this was just the beginning of a remarkable career. Following this breakthrough, Rogers quickly became the '1 Western star at the box office. His popularity soared, and he maintained this top position for an impressive 12 consecutive years, from 1943 to 1954. During this time, he starred in numerous films that showcased his singing, writing skills, and charm. His image as the all-American cowboy resonated with audiences, and he became a symbol of the Western genre. Rogers's films often featured themes of justice, adventure, and romance, further solidifying his status as a beloved figure in American cinema. His legacy continues to influence the portrayal of cowboys in film and television. The bond between Roy Rogers and his golden Palomino stallion, Trigger, was a crucial element of Rogers' on-screen persona. This partnership was not merely a cinematic arrangement. They were truly inseparable. Trigger was more than just a horse. He became a star in his own right, featured prominently on posters alongside Rogers. Audiences were captivated by the duo, as Trigger was often hailed as the smartest horse in the movies. Their connection was evident in every film, showcasing a deep understanding and trust that resonated with viewers. Trigger's intelligence and ability to perform complex tricks added a unique charm to the films, enhancing the storytelling and making the adventures more thrilling. The chemistry between Rogers and Trigger contributed significantly to the success and popularity of Roy Rogers films, creating a legacy that would endure for generations. Their adventures captured the hearts of many, making them icons of the silver screen. The impact of this partnership is still remembered fondly today, as it set a standard for the portrayal of human-animal relationships in cinema. The legacy of Roy Rogers and Trigger continues to inspire and entertain audiences, reminding us of the special bond that can exist between a man and his horse. During his reign as the top Western star, Roy Rogers achieved a level of fame and success that rivaled even Walt Disney. His impact extended far beyond the silver screen, making him a cultural icon with a massive presence in popular culture. Rogers was not just an actor. He became a symbol of the American West, embodying the values of bravery, kindness, and adventure. His movies and television shows were filled with thrilling action and heartwarming moments, appealing to audiences of all ages. Families flocked to see his films, and children admired him as a hero. Rogers once shared in a 1992 interview that he felt like a kind of babysitter for mothers during his peak years. He noted that parents could drop their kids off to watch his shows and return later to find them happy and full of candy and popcorn. This statement highlights the wholesome and family-friendly nature of his entertainment. Parents trusted him to provide safe and enjoyable content for their children, which helped solidify his status as a beloved personality. His merchandise, from toys to clothing, further cemented his influence, making him a household name and a cherished figure in the lives of many families. Roy Rogers' personal life was marked by both joy and heartbreak, and his journey into fatherhood and a second chance at love is a poignant chapter in his story. Despite his love for children, Rogers and his first wife, Arlene, faced challenges in starting a family of their own. The couple struggled with the difficulties of conceiving, which brought them much sadness. In 1942, they made the heartfelt decision to adopt a baby girl named Cheryl. This choice set the stage for a new chapter in their lives, filled with hope and love. Cheryl became a cherished part of their family, bringing joy and laughter into their home. The adoption represented not just a solution to their struggles, but also a deep commitment to nurturing and raising a child. This experience shaped Rogers' views on family and love, highlighting the importance of connection and support. As he navigated the ups and downs of life, the bond with his daughter remained a source of strength and happiness. The love he had for Cheryl and the family they built together became a significant part of his legacy. However, tragedy struck when Arlene passed away just days after giving birth to their biological children Linda in 1943, and Roy Rogers Jr., affectionately known as Dusty, in 1946. Devastated by the loss of his first wife, Roy Rogers faced a profound personal crisis. As a beloved actor and cowboy star, he was known for his charm and talent, but the grief of losing Arlene weighed heavily on him. With 3 young children to care for, he had to navigate the challenges of single parenthood while managing his career in Hollywood. The public admired him for his on-screen heroics, but behind the scenes, he was a man grappling with sorrow and responsibility. The support of friends and family became crucial during this difficult time. Despite the heartache, Roy found strength in his children, who reminded him of the love he shared with Arlene. He worked hard to provide a stable and loving home, ensuring that their memories lived on in the hearts of his children. The journey was not easy, but it shaped Roy into a resilient figure, both as a father and as a star. During this difficult time, Rogers found solace and companionship with his longtime co-star Dale Evans. Their bond deepened as they worked together, sharing both the joys and challenges of their careers. In a moment of unexpected romance, Rogers decided to propose to Evans in a way that was both memorable and fitting for their lives as entertainers. Before a rodeo show, he rode into the arena on his beloved horse Trigger, creating a scene that was both thrilling and romantic. As he popped the question, the excitement of the crowd added to the magic of the moment. To his delight, Evans mouthed the word yes, confirming her love for him. When she joined him in the spotlight, it was a beautiful sight, symbolizing their union. The King of the Cowboys and the Queen of the West were united in marriage on New Year's Eve in 1947. This union not only marked the beginning of a new family, but also symbolized a fresh start for Rogers. He found love and support in Dale Evans during a challenging period in his life. Their partnership became a source of strength and joy, enriching both their personal lives and their careers. In 1950, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans experienced a moment of joy when they welcomed their biological child Robin into the world. However, this joy was mixed with the unexpected news that Robin was born with Down syndrome. During that time, this condition was often surrounded by stigmas and misconceptions, leading many to believe that children with Down syndrome should be placed in institutions. Despite the prevailing medical advice suggesting such a course of action, Roy and Dale made a courageous decision to bring Robin home. They chose to defy societal norms and the recommendations of medical professionals. Roy Rogers stood resolute, declaring that they would not follow the suggested path. His firm statement, "No, we are going home," reflected a deep commitment to embrace and love their daughter unconditionally. This decision not only showcased their love for Robin, but also challenged the attitudes of the time, paving the way for greater acceptance and understanding of individuals with Down syndrome. Their journey highlighted the importance of family, love, and the belief that every child deserves a chance to thrive in a supportive environment. In the midst of their lives, Robin brought both challenges and unexpected joy to Roy and Dale. Her presence, though difficult for society to understand at the time, offered a unique perspective that filled their hearts with peace. Tragically, Robin's life was cut short when she contracted MPS, which developed into a severe condition. Just days after celebrating her second birthday, she passed away, leaving a profound void in their lives. The grief of losing a child is a burden that is hard to bear, and as they stood beside Robin's coffin, Roy expressed a heartfelt sentiment, saying she looked like a small sleeping angel. In the wake of this loss, Dale Evans found a way to channel her sorrow and love into a book titled Angel Unaware. This book shared the story of Robin's life, highlighting the joys, challenges, and love she brought to their family. Angel Unaware played a significant role in changing public perceptions of children with developmental disabilities. Through their openness and willingness to share their personal journey, Roy and Dale became advocates for acceptance and understanding, contributing to a more compassionate view of individuals with Down syndrome. Their story continues to inspire many, fostering a greater awareness of the beauty and value of every life, regardless of its challenges. In October 1952, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans made a memorable visit to Cincinnati, where they performed at Cincinnati Gardens and appeared on Ruth Lyons' show, The 50 Club, on WLWT. During this visit, the legendary Trigger, Rogers' Golden Palomino Stallion, showcased his remarkable abilities by climbing the steps to Crossley Square and even entering the elevator to reach Lyons' studio. Amidst their performances, the couple shared a heartwarming announcement with the audience about their plans to adopt another little girl named Mary Little Doe, affectionately known as Dodie. Notably, Dodie was part Choctaw, and Rogers humorously mentioned his own distant Choctaw heritage, stating he was 164th. Their compassion extended beyond the stage when they encountered a woman from a home for disabled children in Covington. A few children were brought backstage to meet the famous cowboy. One 6-year-old boy, who had endured abuse and abandonment, greeted Rogers with a loud "Howdy, partner." Rogers, noticing the deep scars in the boy's eyes, was deeply touched by his story. He decided to adopt the boy, naming him John David and affectionately calling him Sandy. Not long after, the family welcomed a 13-year-old girl named Mimi from Scotland, further expanding their loving household. Mimi Swift played a vital role in the life of Roy Rogers, highlighting the deep bonds within the Rogers family. Born during World War II in an air raid shelter in Edinburgh, Scotland, Marion Fleming faced a challenging childhood in orphanages. However, her life took a remarkable turn when she met Roy Rogers and Dale Evans in 1954. During their visit to Dunforth Children's Home, Marion showcased her singing talent, captivating the famous couple with her voice and spirit. Impressed by her, they decided to adopt her, bringing her into their loving family at their ranch in California. As one of the 9 children of Roy and Dale, Marion, who later became known as Mimi Swift, thrived in this nurturing environment. She experienced a life filled with love, adventure, and opportunities, traveling the world and meeting many celebrities alongside her adoptive family. The close-knit nature of the Rogers family provided Mimi with a sense of belonging and support that shaped her life and career in profound ways. Mimi formed a particularly close bond with her sister Dodie, who had also been adopted shortly before her. For Roy Rogers, Mimi held a special place in his heart, considering her his daughter in every way. He expressed his deep affection, stating that she had been with them since she was 13 years old, and that they loved her just as much as their own children. Recognizing her singing ability, he encouraged Mimi to pursue her musical talents. Over the years, she often shared the stage with Roy, Dale, and their other children, showcasing her singing prowess at various events and shows. Despite her Hollywood upbringing, Mimi remained grounded, kind, generous, and humble. She never forgot her roots, and made multiple visits to Scotland to reconnect with her birthplace and heritage. Additionally, Mimi dedicated herself to charitable causes, notably supporting the Happy Trails Children's Foundation, which was founded by Roy and Dale. Her commitment extended to serving as the president of the foundation board for many years. Mimi Swift passed away on January 25, 2021, at the age of 80. Her life was filled with joy and inspiration, a legacy she inherited from her adoptive parents, the famous duo Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Growing up in a household that celebrated love and creativity, Mimi learned the values of kindness and generosity. Throughout her life, she became a mother to 3 children, nurturing them with the same warmth she received from her parents. As a grandmother to 6 and a great-grandmother to 2, she created a family environment rich in love and support. Mimi was not just a family member, she was a beloved friend to countless others. Many cherished her deeply, finding comfort and joy in her presence. Her ability to connect with people and spread happiness was a testament to the values instilled in her by Roy and Dale. Mimi's legacy continues to inspire those who knew her, reminding everyone of the importance of family, friendship, and love. Mimi's impact on the world extended beyond her immediate family, reflecting the enduring influence of the legendary Hollywood couple, who chose to make her a part of their extraordinary journey. Roy Rogers, a man who understood the paramount importance of family, found a profound connection with Mimi Rogers that transcended mere adoption. Born Marion Fleming, Mimi later adopted the name Mimi Swift, which symbolized her new life and the love she received. She embodied gratitude, love, and respect, making Roy Rogers feel like she was an integral part of his family. Recognizing the opportunity that Roy and Dale Evans provided for her to have a better life and a loving home, Mimi never took their kindness for granted. Instead, she embraced the chance to create a strong familial bond with them and her siblings. This bond was not just about living together, it was about sharing experiences, values, and the warmth of a supportive family. Mimi's story is a testament to the power of love and the lasting impact of those who open their hearts and homes to others. Mimi Rogers and Roy Rogers shared a bond that went beyond mere family ties. Their connection was deeply rooted in a shared passion for music. When they first met at the orphanage, Mimi's ethereal voice left a lasting impression on Roy. This initial encounter sparked a musical journey that would define their relationship. Encouraged by Roy, Mimi pursued her musical talents with vigor. They often performed together at various events and shows, captivating audiences with their harmonious blend of voices. Their collaboration was not just about performance. It was a learning experience for Mimi as Roy imparted his knowledge of music, teaching her how to play the guitar and harmonize with him. This father-daughter musical team developed a unique and enduring bond that lasted until Roy's passing. However, their connection was not solely based on music. Mimi deeply respected Roy's values and beliefs, embracing his Christian faith and humanitarian spirit. This shared foundation of values and spirituality created a profound understanding between them, enriching their relationship in ways that transcended the ordinary. Their love for music and shared principles forged a lasting legacy that would resonate through the years. In 1955, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans made a heartfelt decision to expand their family by adopting a young girl. This girl was Lu Ai Lee, a 3-year-old orphan who had been affected by the Korean War. They chose to name her Debbie Lee, a name that would symbolize the love and hope they wanted to bring into her life. The adoption of Debbie was not just a legal act. It was a profound commitment to provide her with a nurturing home filled with warmth and care. For the Rogers family, Debbie's arrival marked a new chapter, bringing joy and new beginnings. The couple, already beloved figures in the entertainment world, embraced their roles as parents with enthusiasm. They wanted to ensure that Debbie felt loved and secure, just like their other children. This act of kindness reflected their values and the importance they placed on family. The addition of Debbie Lee enriched their lives and created lasting memories that would be cherished for years to come. The Rogers family became a symbol of love and unity, showing that family can be formed in many ways. The bond they created with Debbie was a testament to their commitment to making a difference in the lives of children in need. The joy she brought into their home was immeasurable, and it highlighted the beauty of adoption as a way to create a loving family. The story of Debbie Lee is a reminder of the power of love and the impact of giving a child a second chance at happiness. On August 17, 1964, tragedy struck the Rogers family just days after Debbie's 12th birthday. She was on a church bus trip, excited to deliver food and clothing to an orphanage in Tijuana, Mexico. The journey was meant to be a joyful experience, filled with a spirit of giving and community service. However, the day took a heartbreaking turn when a tire blew on the bus. This sudden failure led to a devastating crash that changed everything. In that tragic accident, Debbie and her friend lost their lives, leaving their families and friends in deep mourning. The loss was profound, and the impact on the Rogers family was immense. They had to navigate the overwhelming grief that comes with losing a child. The community also felt the weight of this tragedy, as Debbie was known for her kind heart and willingness to help others. The memory of her short life and the love she shared would linger in the hearts of those who knew her. The Rogers family faced a long journey of healing, forever marked by the sorrow of that fateful day. The challenges continued for the Rogers family in 1965 when 18-year-old Sandy, the boy they had adopted after meeting him backstage in Cincinnati, faced a tragic fate. Sandy was serving in an Army tank corps in Germany at the time. One night, he succumbed to heavy drinking, which led to his untimely death. This event brought immense sorrow to Roy Rogers and his family, who had welcomed Sandy into their lives with love and hope. The loss of a young life, especially one that had so much potential, left a deep impact on the family. They had seen Sandy grow and develop into a young man, and his death was a heartbreaking reminder of the fragility of life. The Rogers family had to navigate their grief while also dealing with the public's perception of their loss. This tragedy marked a significant moment in their lives, highlighting the struggles that can accompany fame and the personal challenges that families face, regardless of their public personas. The pain of losing Sandy would linger in their hearts, shaping their future and their understanding of family and loss. Despite the heart-wrenching losses, Roy Rogers maintained a resilient spirit and a philosophical outlook on life. In a 199 interview with the Inquirer John Kaiser, he shared a perspective shaped by both joy and sorrow. He expressed that if you do not have tough times in your life, it is hard to appreciate the good times. This belief reflects a deep understanding of the human experience. Life is a mix of ups and downs, and it is through facing challenges that one learns to value happiness. Roy emphasized that life is what you get out of it. He believed that individuals have the power to influence their own experiences. You can help make misery, or you can help make happiness. This insight reveals his strength and ability to rise above difficulties. His resilience was not just about enduring pain, but also about finding meaning and joy in life. Roy's words inspire others to embrace both the struggles and the joys, reminding us that every experience contributes to our growth and understanding of life. Despite his earlier success, Roy Rogers faced significant financial challenges in the later stages of his career that affected his wealth and status in Hollywood. One major setback occurred when he lost his deal with Republic Pictures due to a conflict of interest. This loss was a turning point for him, as it not only impacted his income but also his visibility in the industry. Undeterred by this setback, he took the bold step of starting his own production company. Unfortunately, this venture did not fare well, adding to his financial struggles. Complicating matters further, he faced stiff competition from other Western stars who appealed more to the changing tastes of the audience. The financial strain forced Rogers to part with valuable properties and collectibles, selling them to offset mounting debts and taxes. Legal battles and unwise investments further drained his resources. Despite his attempts to diversify into different types of movies and television shows to remain relevant, he could not quite recapture the heights of his former glory. Throughout his life, Roy Rogers faced many challenges, yet he remained steadfast in his faith and commitment to his family. As a devout Christian, he leaned on God's grace and guidance, finding comfort in prayer and Bible readings. His wife, Dale Evans, shared these religious beliefs, and together they often engaged in spiritual practices that strengthened their bond. Regular church attendance was a significant part of their lives, and they actively supported various Christian causes, reflecting their deep devotion. Rogers often expressed gratitude for the blessings he received, stating that he had always been a religious person because he was thankful for all that God had given him. Despite experiencing financial hardships, he cherished his family above all else, considering them his greatest treasure. This included not only his biological children, but also those he adopted, whom he loved equally and deeply. His grandchildren and great-grandchildren were also showered with affection, highlighting the importance of family in his life. To uplift his spirits, Roy Rogers spent quality time with his family, engaging in activities that brought them closer together. They often played games, which created a joyful atmosphere filled with laughter and friendly competition. Telling stories was another cherished activity, allowing them to share memories and lessons learned over the years. Singing songs together added a musical touch to their gatherings, filling their home with warmth and harmony. Horseback riding was a favorite pastime, connecting them to nature and allowing them to enjoy the great outdoors. Through these moments, Roy imparted important values of honesty, kindness, generosity, and courage to the younger generations. He believed in the power of family and the lessons that could be learned through shared experiences. In a touching testament to the significance of his family, Roy Rogers was quoted as saying, "My family is my life." This statement reflects his deep commitment to his loved ones and the joy he found in their company. In July 1988, Roy Rogers made a memorable return to Cincinnati for the Greater Cincinnati Homecoming, an event that was part of the city's bicentennial celebrations. This occasion was special for the iconic cowboy, as it marked a nostalgic visit to a city where he had previously made many appearances over the years. During the homecoming, Rogers engaged warmly with fans at various locations, including Fountain Square and his own restaurants in Florence and Springdale. Despite the years that had passed, he still had a remarkable ability to connect with a new generation of admirers. One touching moment occurred when he bent down to speak to a young boy, humorously noting that at the boy's age, he probably had never heard of Roy Rogers. To his surprise, the boy quickly affirmed that he was indeed familiar with the legendary cowboy. This homecoming coincided with the Major League Baseball All-Star Game at Riverfront Stadium, creating a vibrant atmosphere in the city. The combination of these two significant events brought a star-studded lineup of 80 celebrities to Cincinnati. However, it was Roy Rogers who truly captured the spotlight and garnered the most attention, showcasing his enduring charm and popularity. Sadly, on July 6, 1998, the legendary Roy Rogers passed away at the age of 86 at his ranch in Apple Valley near Victorville, California. His death was attributed to congestive heart failure, and he was surrounded by his beloved wife, Dale Evans, and other family members who remained by his side during his final moments. In the days leading up to his death, Roy, weakened by illness, spent his time resting and praying. Despite his physical frailty, he managed to convey love and warmth through smiles and hand squeezes to those gathered around him. Importantly, he found peace within himself and with his God as he approached the end of his remarkable life. Roy's final words, "I never expected to see you in heaven," were tenderly spoken to his son, Dusty Rogers, with whom he had reconciled shortly before his passing. The estrangement between father and son, rooted in personal and religious differences, had been resolved, and Roy expressed his happiness at the reunion, hoping for a future meeting in heaven. News of Roy Rogers' death resonated deeply with millions of fans worldwide who had grown up watching his iconic movies and TV shows. Remembered as a hero, a legend, and an embodiment of the American West, Roy was also celebrated for his kindness, generosity, and humility. His charitable work, particularly in supporting children, left a lasting impact on the hearts of many. On July 11th, a significant event took place at Sunset Hills Memorial Park in Apple Valley, where hundreds gathered to honor the life of Roy Rogers. Among the attendees were various celebrities, reflecting the deep respect and admiration for the beloved cowboy. His wife, Dale Evans, who shared 51 years of marriage with him, delivered a heartfelt eulogy. She expressed that heaven rejoices today because another saint has come home, capturing the essence of their love and the loss felt by many. The service included a poignant farewell, highlighted by a rendition of Happy Trails, sung by Dale and her children, marking a touching goodbye to a man who had a profound impact on so many lives. The media and fellow stars mourned Roy's passing, paying tribute to a man who embodied wholesome values and compassion. Remembrances emphasized his enduring legacy, not only as an entertainment icon, but also as a kind and philanthropic soul. Tributes from notable figures such as President Clinton, Clint Black, Pat Boone, and Michael Landon Jr. underscored the significant impact Roy Rogers had on American culture and the entertainment industry. His contributions and the love he shared will be remembered by all who knew him and those who admired him from afar. Despite the passage of time since Roy Rogers last graced the screen, his legacy continues through his family, particularly his granddaughter, Julie Rogers Pamilia. Recently, she took the opportunity to address some misconceptions about her grandfather's career. Julie revealed that Hollywood executives once tried to reshape Roy's image to resemble that of the famous Western star Clark Gable. They were particularly focused on altering Roy's eyes, believing that if they could mimic Gable's distinctive look, it would enhance Roy's appeal. However, this plan faced significant challenges. Julie candidly noted that, while the executives aimed for the larger, more striking eyes of Gable, it was clear that Roy would never possess that same feature. As the executives attempted to make these changes, they encountered a backlash from fans who loved Roy for his authentic persona. Many fans began to send letters expressing their discontent with the alterations, leading to a swift reversal of the changes. Julie emphasized that the public's affection for Roy's unique squinty eyes was undeniable, and it became evident that his true image was what resonated most with his audience. This experience highlighted the importance of authenticity in the entertainment industry, and how the love of fans can shape an artist's legacy. Julie shared stories about the movie executives who tried to change her grandfather Roy Rogers' image to fit their idea of a perfect persona. They believed that he needed to look more muscular to appeal to audiences. To achieve this, they pressured him to do 100 handstands every day, and even suggested that he walk around on his hands. Roy took their advice seriously, and began walking from set to set on his hands. Despite his efforts to meet the executives' demands, these changes did not connect with the audience. The attempts to reshape his physical appearance did not have the desired effect, and the audience continued to appreciate him for who he was, rather than the image the executives wanted to create. This experience highlights the challenges actors face when trying to balance their true selves with the expectations of the industry. The pressure to conform can sometimes lead to changes that do not resonate with fans, showing that authenticity often holds more value than a manufactured image. Additionally, Republic Pictures, the studio associated with Roy Rogers, sought to enhance his social presence by encouraging him to attend Hollywood parties and events. This presented a challenge for Rogers, who was naturally shy and not accustomed to the glitz and glamour of the Hollywood social scene. Julie elaborated on this aspect, stating that when they wanted him to go to Hollywood parties, he was shy, painfully shy. He was just bashful and didn't know what to say. Recognizing his discomfort with small talk and social events, Roy proposed a solution by asking if he could bring a friend. The studio agreed, expecting him to mingle and network with other celebrities. However, Roy's choice of a companion reflected his down-to-earth nature. Julie shared that he brought his hunting buddy, and they sat on the couch all night talking about hunting. This humorous and unexpected turn of events left the executives realizing that the Hollywood party scene wasn't a natural fit for the king of the cowboys.